Welcome back to this Rift Let's Play. You're Sambo and Seraphis, and joining us as always is the nipple-bearing, leather Y-front undie-wearing Tallahassee. I still can't get over that costume of yours, mate. How are you this evening?
I'm terrific. I've got scotch. That's all I really need.
You've got scotch again. You had scotch in our last episode. Are you perpetually drinking scotch or something?
Yeah, I'm an alcoholic.
Alright, thank you. You heard it here first, folks. Tallahassee, the alcoholic, nipple-wearing warrior. There you go. So, welcome to all our viewers, and we're sorry that we put you through all of those sordid details. If you remember our last episode, we got rifted out completely. We had rift after rift after rift. We had fire rifts, we had death rifts, and we got ourselves all sorts of gear, crafting materials, notoriety, item drops, you name it. Lots and lots of fun. Fortunately for now, the world of Talara, as we look around there, looks absolutely beautiful and free of rifts for the moment anyway. So that's as good a time as any, if you ask me, Tallahassee, for actually us doing our quests that we were meant to be doing last time that we never got near. And if we have a look at our map, what do we got? Yeah, so you can see, folks, there's 3 major areas there. In fact, I can see a life rift opening up. There you go, spoke too soon, to the northwest. But we've got to kill some Vespid hive wards, whatever they are. So I'd say, I don't know, what do you think? We should probably do those quests. What do you think?
Yeah, let's see if we can actually get something done.
Sounds good to me. Alright, I'm following you and your thong. And there we are, off to a great start. Tallahassee using his bull charge. No, bull roar? I can't remember what it's called now.
Bull rush.
Oh, bull rush. And there we go. Look, folks, the server will be coming down in 30 minutes for a brief update. Now, at least this is the sort of game that they actually put a server-wide message out to show you. So many just kind of say, hey, guess what? In 5 minutes, the server's going to go down. But you know what? That suits us perfectly because, of course,
they say, get somewhere safe.
Get somewhere safe. Get under a table, get under a load-bearing structure because the server's going down. But that's good for us because we really should be trying to keep these episodes to 30 minutes. So now we've got no choice but to keep it to 30 minutes. So that actually works out very well. Now, another thing you might remember from last episode is that Tallahassee actually dinged level 10. Now, I'm straggling behind here. I've got about 3/4 of a bar to go before I hit level 10. But one thing we forgot to ask you, mate, was, is there anything special that you do get for hitting level 10?
Aside from drink scotch?
Aside from drinking scotch. We'll let you have that as your reward for hitting level 10, yes. But nothing special pops up, no new features or abilities? Not that I expect there to be.
Not yet. I need to get to a trainer.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good point, actually. You're probably right in that at level 10, probably going to get some access to some form of iconic powers or skills, I'd imagine, for your class. I'm sure that will happen.
Maybe.
Alright, there we go. Collect scorched hive walls, 3 of 3. And I'm really liking having this skinning as a profession because, of course, I'm basically able to go around and loot and clean up pretty much any enemy that has a hide. So it's doing well for me. Now, another thing...
It's one of the good things about being a skinner. I remember back in the World of Warcraft days is you pretty much just kill your way across an entire zone.
Yep, that's right, and level up your skilling in the process. Do like it. One thing I've just remembered, and of course I should have remembered this last episode when we were doing our rifting, is that I haven't brought out my elemental. I keep forgetting that I'm a mage, but of course in Rift, with the classes being as they are, I'm able to actually be a pet class as well. So while Tallahassee deals to that particular mob, let's actually bring out our lesser earth elemental. It's great summoning animation. Sandal. Enchantment! Where is he? There he goes. Say hello to Sandal, everybody. Hello, Sandal. And of course, we should be having that out at all times because it adds to our DPS. And gives us a bit of a tanky... Yeah, a bit of tanking as well, a bit of protection. Look at all this skinning loot. It's like going shopping, I tell you. It's like Christmas. And you can see there, well, you probably can't see, but down in my chat bar, of course. Oh, look at that, level 10,
Oh,
got
God.
an achievement. Sorry about that, sorry for your ears. Leveling up in this game is such a big deal, isn't it? Hope you didn't have your sound too loud, mate.
Thankfully, you were just far enough away.
It is seriously like a nuclear explosion whenever you level up. But what was going on down there, and you can see it down again in my chat log, every time, well not every time, but as I actually loot and skin, my butchering skill is going up, so I'm up to level 34, and you can see Sandal there has taken the aggro automatically from one of the mobs. Thank you, Sandal, keeping it off myself. We like that. And we're getting swarmed with mobs here, it would seem. And there we go. Alright, now are we actually... How are we doing with our quest? Let's have a look at the map. Oh, we've done it. And there's a major... Yeah, and there's a major fire rift below us on the map as well. Goodness me. Never a dull moment, is there?
Actually... Let's actually go have a look at it, because that could be a bit of fun.
Alright, rifting we go once again, folks. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to reward ourselves because we've done our quest. And look at the graphical effects. That's just an absolutely epic sight. So epic. And I'm getting smacked to pieces here. What am I getting smacked by? A stupid little moth. All I want to do is get to the rift, and no, I'm getting attacked by a moth. Mind you, that was my fault because I probably ran right through it. Never mind. Let's deal with this before we head to the rift. Hope you're okay over there, mate.
No, I'm good.
Alright.
Got a cleric with a fairy here as well.
Oh, brilliant. And for those of you who don't know what that means, a fairy... Oh, look at that sight. It just looks so amazing. The fairy, is it the healing fairy Tallahassee? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
And Tallahassee has mentioned this a number of times in the past, but it's one of the class items there. You can see the little fairy, Brundor's pet. That pet actually does heal people in the party. Nice little heal over time that it places. Very handy thing to have. Whereas, of course, my pet is pretty much purely a DPS tanking pet, which is very handy for a mage, of course, seeing as we're so squishy. So here we are, dragged into rifting again. It's so addictive, it's so much fun. Why not?
Anytime you want to kill something.
I was attacking something, I thought it was the mob. Turned out to be the supply crate. What an idiot. There we go. So would I be right in thinking that actually the mobs... Yes, I am. The mobs come out of the crate. So they send crates in with mobs in them. That's that's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's like FedEx is being employed or something. And once again, folks, those blue crystals on the ground give you a temporary buff, yet another little bonus if you wish to take advantage of it. And Jarmok,
an elite mob in.
Yeah, someone, I was going to say, that hasn't actually come from the rift, has it? That's that elite mob that wanders around.
It's an elite mob.
Yeah, pulled into the rift. Might as well help bring it down. Certainly taking a beating, that's for sure. Now I'm going to cast my Ground of Power, which of course is those flame orbs around me. And you'll see if I hover over the buff here, that actually increases damage dealt by me by 10%, but there is a trade-off. It actually means that I receive 10% more damage, but in this case, the mob is his attention's being diverted elsewhere other than me, so that's quite okay. And well, look at that, quests don't come only from people in the world but from items, so we picked up an item from the elite mob, and that's going to have a quest by the sound of things. So we'll look at that in a moment once we're dealt with this stage. There we go. Now what happened to you?
I died.
You died. If only I was a healer, could have done something about it. My apologies.
Only that other guy hadn't brought that elite.
Yeah, was it the elite that actually killed you in the end, was it?
Yeah, he's the one that got me.
Right. Oh, and it's still so much fun, the combat, even though it is skill-based and not action-based like good old DCU. It's still so much fun because the powers are so interesting. Now it looks like we lost Sandal somewhere in the fight. I'm guessing we lost him in the elite fight, so let's bring him back, although it has got a rather long casting time, or it's long in terms of MMOs. 8 seconds seems to take forever. There he is, he's back. Welcome back, Sandal. So right now we're attacking the crates, which of course will probably spawn monsters, and there we go, there's a Gedlow Fire Raider. We're still on phase 2 of this quest, which means we've broken 6 out of 10 of the supply crates, and we've now done 4 of 5 of the raiders. So we need to keep attacking those things so we can get through this particular stage of the Rift event. And there we go, stage complete. So we're up to stage 3 now. And it looks like we've got a couple of baddies zoning in. Look at that, a huge big crate. So we're all going to go to town on that. Break the giant crate is our objective. I'm going to cast my ground of power, which of course again is going to give me that extra 10% boost in DPS. Make me slightly more vulnerable, but hopefully won't matter. And what else now? Where's the big mob? There he is,
He's
stuck in the side.
That's where he is.
Yeah. He's attacking Tallahassee, who's down to 32% health. Needs a heal. You've got a potion? Oh, he's gone. Didn't look like there were...
Yeah, we have a druid there, but I don't think he's doing anything else.
No, didn't seem to be doing any healing. Oh, we're running out of time. What's going on? So if we don't kill this guy in 2 seconds, what, the thing's not closed?
Yeah, it closes.
Right, we just got him, but I don't think we got him in time.
No, it looked like it closed by itself.
Yikes!
You clicked on the barrel.
That was me that time. Yes, it was. Good lord. Sorry,
folks. Don't click on the barrel.
Don't click on the barrel. Oh, look how pretty this world is. Oh my god, it's awesome. What's that? There's a rift up ahead as well. Oh, it's all green. Is that like a life rift or something?
Yeah, that one's a life rift.
Oh, so amazing. Alright, I've got friends. Help me, Obi-Wan! You're my only help!
That's just you and Sandal!
It's just me and Sandal!
Sandal!
Jumpman!
I keep saying it, but he's the most fleshed out character in the entire series.
It is. You know what you're going to have to do for us is give us a link or two for all this information that you said you've been finding, so we can post it either on your YouTube page or on this episode or something like that, because I'm really keen to know what they're talking about, to be honest, because that would just be a classic if he turns out to be an iconic character of some description. That would be hilarious. Anyway, folks, you'll remember that when we pulled down that elite, it dropped a bone. There you can see Jarmok's bone tally. This item offers a quest. Let's see what it is. Bring the bone tally to Rudy Tanlop at his wagon, and we get a whole bunch of money there. And it looks like we're going to hand it in right here anyway, so that's very handy. We've got three quests to hand in, and what have we got? We've got a wand. Oh, okay, so I'm actually able to get wands here. Now, you might remember Tallahassee telling us, I think, mate, the range slot is what the wand uses. Yes, it says ranged, and I can actually have that as well as my two-handed weapon, I believe.
Yep, it's going to be a nice little stat stick for.
Beautiful, a stat stick, I love it, that's exactly what it is. Do I want water or do I want death? I think I'm mainly water. I'm looking at my, water damage is what I do, so let's take the water one. We'll hit finish there, go to our character sheet, and let's see how this works. We'll find the wand. Can we preview it? Yes, look at that, it's actually got a visual component to it, which is great. And let's equip it, and there it is. It has actually appeared in my range slot there, and as you can tell, I've still actually also got my two-handed staff, just like Tallahassee said. Now presumably I can drag this to my hotbar and use it as a ranged weapon, yeah?
Yes, you can.
I'm sure it's not going to do too much damage, and it's going to be more of a stat stick, as you said, but hey, at least it's something for when I'm out of power. So let's actually pop that on my number one there, get rid of the auto attack, we don't need that. And we're all set. Okay, still some more quests to hand in. This is the epic boss one. Nice bunch of XP there. And another bunch. And there we go. We've got our next quest, which is that he wants us to follow the road north and deliver his report in Argent Glade. Let's have a look at the map. And, whoa, there's all sorts of... What are these? Okay, when I'm opening my map, Tallahassee, I see that there's these little orange crosses everywhere, and they say fire foothold. Now, what are they, please? Because they're not rifts, obviously.
No, they're not. So, do you remember before we saw here there was like that hollowed wardstone, but it was covered in fire and everything else?
Yeah, the thing that was actually right here. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what they are. Those are those footholds.
Okay.
So, later on, what you can do is you can actually get equipment to place on those wardstones.
Yep.
That make them harder to destroy.
Oh.
And it also turns the camps into something different. So it's not going to be a broken down wagon. It might actually be a proper wagon, or it might end up being like a little house or something along those lines, which can then turn into a small town. And that'll give you more quests later on.
That is incredible. So we're basically talking about a truly dynamic world. Seriously, this game just never fails to constantly surprise. God, can you imagine coming up with a design document for this game? All the intricate systems, all of the crazy class combinations that you have, trying to get it all balanced. It looks to me as if, I mean, yes, there's patches every other day with balancing changes and all the rest of it, but for the large part of it, they seem to have put in the effort and got it down completely pat. I just am so in love with this game.
To be brutally honest,
yeah.
If someone came to me and said, hey, we need you to write a design document for this game, I'd tell them to go get fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I agree with you, mate. It's like, are you kidding me? That would be an absolute nightmare. You know, let's cut it right back, make it all cookie cutter and all the rest of it. It would have been an easy thing to do that, but these guys clearly haven't done that, and they've taken the time. I mean, the game has been in development for a long, long time, so I certainly am the first one to say, guys, the effort has paid off. Now, this is interesting. We've just looted something off a table, and it's a hat. Jerome Drift's amazing hat. What the heck? Let's have a look at this. It's an artifact. Okay, that's fantastic. Look at that. So we've now got 2 out of 3 in the Jerome Drift artifact set. Oh, I'm loving this already. Now, we've arrived at a little outpost here, I see. This is interesting.
Yes, we have.
We've got a couple more quests.
So,
yep.
if you were to have a look over here, there's actually a Planar Goods and a rare Planar Goods vendor as well.
Oh.
This is where you can spend your Planarite.
Oh, okay, this makes sense. Rightio. So, what we were talking about before, folks, is if we go into our currency screen here, you'll see that from doing the rifts, and you'll remember we did a whole bunch in the last episode and in this episode, of course, I now have 29 Planarite. And I do have to keep 5 of them to hand into a quest. In fact, it's probably this guy here.
To trade.
It is. We'll talk to him in a moment. But what I think Tallahassee's saying is, yes, there we go. I'd like to buy something. And look at that. Okay, so you're dead right. So there's some special items here that you can exchange for the currency of Planarite. Let's have a look at the rare Planar Goods. And look at her outfit. Oh my god, that is awesome. Loving the gear in this game, seriously. Okay, so, oh, look at that. There's planar robes, there's weapons, there's buffs, there's all sorts of stuff. There's gems of some sort that seem to give stat boosts. I can see clothing. Wow. There we go. Their server will be coming down in 10 minutes, and I like the little sound effect that came up there. Thank you very much, server. So this is great, isn't it? So what are these other things here? Corrupted source shards, so we need 3 of those. Let's have a look in our currency. Oh, we've got 1 of them. All right, so obviously these aren't going to be too grindy, Tallahassee. I mean, some of these, considering we've already got, 29 of them, that's pretty good.
Because it all comes from the rifts, so all it is just a matter of doing the rifts.
Right.
And you'll end up with that equipment.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Now, here we go. We've got this weird looking reward from this quest, and I think we talked about it in another episode. And there we go. Planar Focus received. The Planar Focus is a powerful piece of equipment which can be customized through the socketing of planar essences. Right click or drag the item into the character sheet. Be warned though, once an essence is committed, it cannot be removed. So let's pull up our character screen. Here we go. And this is what Tallahassee was talking about last time. Down the bottom here, this row of 7 boxes. I'm going to assume, Tallahassee, that this sigil of the plains, I right click on that and...
Yep, so just equip it.
Alright, let's try that. Wait a minute, we'll equip that. There we go, so it's equipped. Oh, so 2 of these planar focuses have unlocked, and it says lesser essence. So does something else slot into those as well?
Yep, what I'm trying to trade to you is what goes in those.
Oh, look at that. Sorry, I cancelled your trade before. Now, unfortunately, it does say requires level 11. But, oh, it's a wisdom. Okay, so thank you very much, by the way. I will take that. Very kind of you. So let's have a look at its tooltip there. Thank you, Tallahassee. Ephemeral Tidestone of the Sage. It gives me wisdom +3 and water resist +1. It does require a level 11, so I can't use it. So I can actually slot that in here. And obviously there's a whole bunch of different types, I'm going to imagine, that have different stats. So obviously something
different stats, everything.
Yep. So that is yet another way, folks, of customizing your character. And I presume, although you can't remove them, I could presumably replace an essence that I have slotted and overlap it with another one, just losing the old one in the process.
Yep, or alternatively, you could actually have different sets depending on what you want to do.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wow.
Because you can buy them. So you can buy one from this guy here. There's one that's got 1 greater than 2 lesser.
Right.
But you can actually, in later levels, I believe, buy your 2 plus 4. So you'll have 2 greater plus 4 lesser.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. There you go, folks. That's what Tallahassee's talking about. The actual sigil of rebirth that you can buy from the vendor, and he's dead right. Look at that, 1 greater essence slot or 2 lesser, so you can mix them all up and completely customize. So I mean, God, this little slot down the bottom of our character sheet, that's so customizable in and of itself, let alone the gear, let alone the amazing soul tree. And by the way, so these other things that this guy sells, the planar goods, I see there, ascended power, grants an ability to upgrade a friendly ward stone, increasing its defensive capabilities. Is that This
That's
thing
what I
over
was
here
talking
is a
about
ward
before.
stone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a ward stone.
So
So you can bless that ward stone, and then it gets additional health, or it changes the way that it looks.
wow. That's for countering the invasions, of course, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but it also helps you to secure your location as well. So
Oh.
later on in the world, we'll come across these sorts of ward stones that they'll be held by the Defiant.
Yep.
So what we'll need to do to take that back is we'll need to destroy this ward stone and all the
Oh.
other NPCs that are around it. Then we can take over that little quest hub.
Oh, I see. So that's how the invaders actually steal the ability to... I mean, they actually basically invade your quest hub, so you can't either get the quests or hand in ones that you've previously got, presumably.
That's right.
That's amazing. And I saw one other thing that this guy had, which was a Ascended Power Guardian's Flare. So it grants the ability to summon friendly forces to assist in recapturing an invaded location. So through this we can actually bolster that with reinforcements by spending our money on one of these items?
Yep. So there'll be more people coming along to try and help us.
That is absolutely incredible. Now, one other thing, because of course we were going to be doing heaps more action, and hopefully we'll make it to the town up ahead before the end of our session here, but very quickly I've noticed there's a mount vendor here. Amazing.
Yes, there is.
All right, and they're very expensive. Well, actually, that's not too bad. 2 platinum, 50 gold. Given that we've already got 44 gold at such a low level, I'm pretty happy about that. And there's some amazing ones there for 125 platinum, which are level 50. But I see that we could actually, if we had the money, buy these normal horses right now, because we're of the right level.
Always
Yeah,
a
pretty
pleasure.
much.
Of course, Tallahassee and I don't need them because we've got our turtle weird things. But gee, some of these, look at the armor on these epic mount horses. That is really flash. That's really pretty. Oh, I can't wait to be able to ride some of
Wait
these.
till
around.
we get to Sanctum,
Sanctum?
because they have different sorts of mounts as well.
What, not just horses?
Not just horses, there are some really weird looking things.
Whoa, okay. Now, what Tallahassee's talking about, if we zoom right out here, I think, there it is, you'll see Sanctum off to the side. And mate, I presume Sanctum is basically like the head city, the major city or something?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, I'm looking at the map very
and
quickly.
it is freaking awesome as well.
Oh, I can't wait to get there. Our quests are actually to the south west of us, not up ahead. What are we going to do to wrap up this episode, do you think? Do we head towards the quest hub, or do we head up north into the village or whatever it is? Wow, cool armor.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind actually just going to the village so we can pick up training,
Okay.
because I think that might be a bit worthwhile.
Alright, so it looks like we're heading up into, what's it called? Argent Glade. And on the map, it looks like this might be
And
quite
we'll
a
have to do
serious
one
hub.
other thing as well, which is get our Hearthstone.
Get our Hearthstone. Okay, well, we're absolutely going to run out of time. Hopefully the server doesn't kick us off. We've probably got about 2 minutes left. Look at this. This is amazing. Is this basically a hearth point here, is it?
Are you here to help?
Yep.
Whoa.
And it's also a portal.
Okay, so I've just got myself... I've bound my soul, so I'm now basically bound here so I can... So this is like setting a Hearthstone, is it?
Yep, so think of it as like setting your in.
Setting you in, okay, and I'm going to accept this quest, swear the oath, and I get myself a soul recall, and I've now got a quest to enter Sanctum as well. I'm not going to enter the Porticulum, because presumably that will port us to Sanctum, will it?
Once we've actually been to Sanctum, she's actually given us a quest to go to Sanctum as well.
Yes.
So we need to go there to be able to find the portal there, and then it'll link the two.
Okay, so if I was to click on enter the
But
portal...
if you say to
If
enter
I-
the Porticulum, it'll actually bring up a map of the world.
Okay, I'm clicking on it. Oh, okay, and there's nowhere I can go because there's nowhere I've been to activate them. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so once we've been somewhere though, we're pretty much... Are we free to travel around? Is there any limit? Like a time limit or
You
something?
can really only travel between the 2 points that you've been to, but you can travel between them as quickly as you want.
Okay, that's good.
It's only the Soul Recall that has a 1 hour cooldown.
Right, and here we go, folks. That's what Tallahassee's talking about there. I've got it at the end of my my hotbar, and that is basically a 1 hour cooldown. You're dead right. Casting time 8 seconds returns you to your recall point. So just as Tallahassee referred to the WoW equivalent, it's basically the Hearthstone to the portal master that you're bound to, which in this case is here. And look at that amazing blue particle effects. We're in a new looking area, new architecture style. Look how amazing the world looks. I'm still getting that incredible huge open world vibe from the game. It's absolutely amazing. Now, where have you headed off to? Is there an inn somewhere here we can log out at so that we get rested XP?
It's, yeah, sort of rested.
Alright.
So we'll go down there.
Alright, and I'll see my mage trainer.
You may want to go to your mage trainer first.
Okay, I'm scared we're going to get booted off the server because it must be very close to getting shutdown time. Let's quickly go to the mage trainer. Hello, mage trainer. I'd like to train, and yes, there we go, a whole bunch of skills. Now, one other thing that I mustn't forget to do is I've got to go into my soul tree because I did level, and if we have a look at that, you'll see I've probably got, yes, 2 points in there that I need to spend. But let's see in the meantime if we can quickly make it to an inn before the server kicks us off. And look at this. God, you know, you enter a new zone in this game and it just feels epic and big and awesome and fresh. Oh God, there's quests everywhere. There's all sorts of NPCs going on. We're going to have a lot of fun in the next episode here, aren't we? I can tell.
Yes, we are.
Oh, this game just keeps getting better and better. So here we are, tucking ourselves up in front of the fireplace to finish off this episode, and there we are, 5 seconds to go. Bang on. Tallahassee, thank you once again for joining us. Really appreciate your time. Thank you to everyone else out there for watching. And there we are, we're disconnected from the server. We didn't quite make it. So from Tallahassee, myself, Sambo, and my toon Seraphis, it's us saying, goodness me, we got killed. The world ended, mate. What are we going to do?
I'm watching all the servers just go offline. It's hilarious.
Oh dear. Anyway, we can't complain about that. As long as we didn't lose anything, as long as everything gets saved, of course, we're happy. So there we go, the end of the day for us. Thank you for joining us. I hope you guys at home are having a great day, and of course, more importantly, I hope you join us in our next episode where we obviously have got heaps to do in this new hub town. So look forward to seeing you then. Until then, of course, take care and bye-bye.